Okay, now let's move. This is part 3 of today's lesson. We'll talk about presentations. As you know, you are all required to deliver a presentation after 2 weeks, in week 14, day 1 and day 2. Okay, so presentations about your future job. We prepared something for you as an example. Your presentation should be like at least around 6 slides, around 3 minutes. Okay, and 20 marks for this, and it will be done on MS Teams, similar to the speaking test we did. Okay, more details I will share with you in the coming days, but you need to prepare from now. You need to choose a job in the future, and you need to use what you learned in today's lesson and what you will learn in next lesson to compose slides if you want, practice, and then get ready for the presentations in week 14. Okay, so have a look at this as an example. Your presentation must include the following: introduction, okay, outline, parts of the presentation you should have, about me, about yourself, things you want to achieve, about the job you want to have, and at the last slide is a summary. For example, slide 1, my future career is a teacher. Outline, this presentation will have 3 parts: about me, things to achieve, and about the job. About me, here I'll talk about my personality. I'm a hard-working person. I'm friendly and sociable. I like to be around people. In regards to interests, I have a lot of interests, such as meeting people. I like to meet new people. I like traveling, and I also like reading books. In regards to skills, I have so many skills that I can use for my future job, such as using computers, organizing my time, and working in a team. Okay? So, language and idea development. How you start, how you develop the language. You can say, for example, I'm hardworking, so I always finish on time. You need to use adjective, I am plus adjective plus so and because and details. Example, I'm social, so I can talk to my students and colleagues. You can also use these language expressions to help you speak in your presentation. For example, you can say, I'm interested in traveling, and my favorite place to travel is the UK. If you want to talk about your skills, you can say, I'm good at. Okay, I'm good at plus gerund. For example, I'm good at using computers, so I can make good lessons. Okay, these things will help you speak more. Okay, now, things to achieve, things I want to achieve. My goals. For now, I intend to get a high GPA. And I plan to work as a temp for school. This is my plan. I work as a temp. This is a word we covered in Unit 5, which means temporary. I hope to graduate in 2022 with a degree in math education. And I want to work in a primary school. Okay, so here I talked about my goals. Goals means أهداف, things I want to achieve. I used I plan, verbs plan, hope, and want. Okay, and this slide will explain to you in details how you can write sentences talking about your plan, your future plan. Okay, and then about the job. Teacher. So the teacher must be organized, help students, the teacher must prepare lessons, the teacher must use technology and grade papers. So students need to receive a bachelor degree in education, and students should have some experience to get to work as a teacher, and they should have a good GPA. Okay? This slide will explain the previous one. Okay? So you can say teachers must work in a team so they can help each other. Students need to receive a bachelor's degree and some experience so they can get a good job. So we used here verbs, modal verbs like must, need to, can. Okay? And the last slide should be a summary. In summary, you conclude your presentation with a couple of sentences, repeating what you want to say to the audience. I'm going to be a good teacher because I have all the skills for the job, and I'm sociable, so I'm going to talk to students. Okay, I'm going to talk to students, and I plan to get work experience as a temp. Okay, so here you need to pick 3 most important points to be a good teacher. Let's say this is an example if you want to be a teacher. But if you want to be, for example, a social worker, an accountant who works in a bank, or if you want to work as a psychologist, if you want to work as a lawyer, you always can use this as an example. Okay? And in the coming days, I will share more slides about how to speak or how to give a presentation. This is just the beginning, and there are so many videos on YouTube to help you organize or create a presentation. Okay, remember, presentations are in week 14. Here I will add this in week 14. So I'll provide you with more details in the coming few days. Okay, so always, if you have any questions, you can reach me during my office hours on Microsoft Teams. Okay, on Microsoft Teams, you can send me a question, or you can call me if you want. Only during my office hours if you want to talk to me. But if you have a question, you can share it with me by email any time. Okay, so before I go, I need to make sure, like, what you need to do today. You need to, after you watch all these things, you need to do this. One last part you need to do. The last part of today's lesson is writing activity. Here I gave you an activity that will prepare you for the writing quiz that will take place on day 3 of this week. Okay, so first you do this. Second, writing practice. You need to do this and post it on the discussion board. Put the sentences in the correct order to create a complete paragraph. This is a paragraph, okay, made of 6 sentences. You need to read it all. You need to put numbers next to the, for example, the first sentence has to be the topic sentence. Which one is the topic sentence here? You just add 1. Then what comes after? Supporting, you put 2. Which one comes third? You put 3, 4th, 5th, and 6th. Okay, what I do recommend, look at linking words to help you. Secondly, of course, it's not the finally, the last one. For example, the main reason is. Okay, for instance, you need to read it carefully and put numbers 1 to 6. This is first paragraph and second paragraph. The second one, you need to connect the 2 sentences with so or because. You put so or because here. You have 1, 2, 3, 4 sentences. Okay? This I will share with you today by email. You save it on your computer, you do it, you answer it, and remember the third one is optional, and then you save it here. You create thread, you go to discussion board, again, week 12, day 1, you create thread, you put your name, you can say this is an example, and then what do? You browse your computer, week 12, you do this, and then open, and then submit. After you submit, you will have it here. Okay, remember you can do this by midnight, not after. Okay, by midnight, 11:59. After 11:59, this thing will disappear. Okay, after 11:59 midnight, this will disappear. So make sure you do it before midnight. I will not accept submissions by email. Okay, I think here this brings us to the end of today's lesson, and as always, please share any concern or question on MS Teams during office hours or by email. Okay, one last point before I go. I need to make sure that you all got your speaking test 1 grades on or marks on Blackboard. I would like to say something that I cannot repeat the exam for any student. Okay, I cannot. If you are not happy about the score you got, you can work harder in your next presentation. Okay, thank you very much. Bye bye.